Power respects perception. Those who act like they belong on the throne are treated as if they do. Those who hesitate, defer, or wait for permission remain subjects of circumstance. Confidence is not a suggestion, it is the first currency of dominance. If you believe the crown is your birthright, your posture, speech, and presence will convince the world to follow suit. If you don't, even the throne within reach may pass through your fingers. Every empire, every dynasty, every leader who changed the course of history understood this. Power rewards the audacious. It rewards those who wear their ambition like armor, who project certainty before it exists, who claim space before it is offered. Acting like you already own authority is not arrogance. It is strategy. It is a declaration that you are not a passenger in life's hierarchy, but a contender for the apex. This mindset doesn't require inheritance, luck, or divine favor. It demands audacity, presence, and deliberate intent. To strut like the crown is yours, or to snatch it when the opportunity appears, is to recognize that power is as much perception as it is possession. Command it with your body, your mind, and your unshakable confidence, and the world will have no choice but to bend. Power begins in the mind. If you see yourself as a king or queen, the world will follow your script. Birthright is not merely inherited, it is enacted. Those who treat authority as preordained cultivate the presence, speech, and decisiveness that make others accept it. The belief in your right to rule is the engine that propels action. Hesitation invites skepticism. Certainty commands obedience. Confidence convinces. A person who walks into a room with the posture, tone, and gaze of a ruler will be treated as such, regardless of title or pedigree. This is the psychology of influence. Perception precedes reality. If you embody your claim to power, your mind will align with action, your peers will defer, and opportunities will present themselves to those who act like they belong. The self-fulfilling prophecy works because humans instinctively mirror authority. If you project decisiveness, competence, and legitimacy, your environment responds in kind. Conversely, doubt radiates weakness. Power respects those who claim it mentally first. History is littered with rulers who seized thrones by embodying authority before legitimacy existed. They did not wait for approval, they forged it with presence and action. Power does not forgive hesitation, it rewards belief manifested through behavior. To strut like the crown is yours is to make destiny subordinate to intent. To ascend, sometimes the old order must fall. Not literally, though history has shown it often involves blood, strategy, or both, metaphorical or actual. Regicide represents the courage to dismantle the structures that limit your rise. It is the willingness to challenge authority, replace legacy with merit, and redefine the rules in your favor. The throne does not yield to entitlement alone. It responds to initiative, audacity, and the calculated removal of obstacles. In life, regicide is your resume. It is the proof that you do not merely accept your station, you rewrite it. Every achievement, every conquest, every boundary you push beyond becomes evidence of your readiness to claim more. You cannot demand power without demonstrating it. Authority respects results. The world bends not to titles, but to proof of capability. Confidence alone is insufficient if it is unaccompanied by action. The crown is a symbol, but the hand that grips it must be forged in experience. By snatching it, you show that your ambition is not idle. You step into spaces where hesitation paralyzed others, assert dominance where compliance was expected, and produce outcomes that validate your audacity. Look at history. Those who inherit without proving themselves often crumble under scrutiny. Those who seize, who act decisively, and who demonstrate competence are remembered as sovereigns, innovators, and visionaries. Regicide is therefore less a moral transgression than a strategic necessity. The throne, like opportunity, does not reward the timid. It rewards the prepared, the bold, and the relentless. To rise, you must be willing to disrupt. To excel, you must create a record of dominance that cannot be ignored. The throne does not acknowledge hesitancy. It honors those who craft their claim through calculated conquest, leaving their mark as undeniable proof of worthiness. Power begins with belief, but it is cemented with confidence. The crown, whether literal or metaphorical, does not respond to uncertainty. Those who hesitate, second-guess, or undervalue themselves are relegated to the margins. Confidence is the currency you pay up front, the investment that signals to the world that you are not only worthy, but inevitable. Without it, skill, ambition, and strategy may exist, but they remain invisible, unrealized, or dismissed. True confidence is not arrogance. It is a calculated awareness of your value and capabilities. It radiates in posture, tone, and action. The person who carries themselves as though the crown belongs to them compels attention, compliance, and respect. Others sense certainty, and certainty inspires trust, fear, or deference, all essential elements of influence. Even before achievement is proven, confidence opens doors, commands stages, and creates opportunities. The psychology is simple. Humans defer to those who appear certain. Power is rarely handed down. It is seized through the projection of inevitability. Your presence must communicate dominance, your speech must convey decisiveness, and your actions must reinforce your claim. Each micro-expression, each gesture, each calculated decision compounds to signal that the throne is not an aspiration, it is your status. Historical leaders exemplify this principle. Queen Elizabeth I, for example, projected authority and unshakable confidence long before the stability of her reign was assured. Her presence alone commanded loyalty, deferred challenge, and established legitimacy. Confidence was her down payment on power. The results followed naturally. In modern terms, whether in business, social arenas, or personal influence, confidence creates leverage. It forces the world to negotiate with you on your terms. Skill without confidence is invisible. Knowledge without confidence is impotent. Only when you combine mastery with audacious belief does the crown, or any form of authority, acknowledge your claim. Confidence signals to the world that you are no longer a contender but a ruler. It primes perception, shapes outcomes, and enforces respect before a single victory is achieved. To walk into any room, any challenge, or any negotiation with unwavering certainty is to declare, the throne is yours, and resistance is irrelevant. Queen Elizabeth I did not inherit a smooth path to power. She ascended the throne in a turbulent era, beset by political rivals, religious conflict, and societal expectations that doubted a woman's ability to rule. Yet she understood the psychology of authority. If she projected confidence, decisiveness, and legitimacy, the world would follow her lead. Her reign was not simply a product of lineage. It was a deliberate performance of power that convinced subjects and foreign powers alike that the throne was undeniably hers. Elizabeth cultivated presence as carefully as any army trained for battle. Her posture, her speech, and even her public appearances were meticulously crafted to signal command. Every gesture, every word, reinforced the perception that she embodied the crown, not merely occupied it. By presenting herself as the living symbol of her kingdom, she established a self-fulfilling prophecy. Those around her treated her as sovereign, and in doing so, they reinforced her rule. Her 44-year reign demonstrates the principle, Perception precedes reality. Elizabeth did not wait for universal recognition or divine approval. She acted as if authority was her birthright, and history responded accordingly. Her legacy is proof that power belongs first to the mind that claims it, second to the hands that enforce it. Confidence, when wielded with precision, creates legitimacy and legitimizes even the most precarious claim to dominance. Queen Elizabeth I's throne was secured long before her policies or victories were enacted. She ruled because she believed she was meant to, and the world accepted that belief. Authority, like the crown, bows first to conviction, then to execution. For the next 3 days, dress one level above your current station. If you are a student, wear the outfit of a professional. If you are an employee, dress like the manager or executive. The goal is not vanity, it is strategy. Clothing communicates authority, confidence, and presence before words are even spoken. When you dress as though you belong at a higher level, your posture, speech, and mindset naturally adjust. You begin to act with the certainty expected of someone who occupies that space. Others respond accordingly, offering respect, attention, and opportunities that would otherwise remain out of reach. This exercise is a rehearsal for real power. By practicing presence, you are training both perception and action. The world negotiates with those who appear confident and capable, and attire is the simplest, most immediate way to project that. Commit to this ritual, observe how your interactions shift, and carry that authority into every room you enter.